we're going to run you through a setup for zero export. Now, the way this thing is set up right now is in a very typical mode without battery. The battery is off, so we're not running the battery right now. And we're just running the power to the grid and to our local loads. And so the solar right now is putting out 3.4 kilowatts. 2.4 kilowatts is going to the grid. What does that mean? That means the house is consuming 1 kilowatt of power right now. All right, so that's where we want to go. That's a very standard setup. That's without batteries and everything like that, and that's typical of what you'd have in a standard grid tie PV inverter system. What you normally don't have, or what you might not have, is this information about what's going to the grid. That's coming from the meter that we installed, and that's got to be there. All right, so that's where that information is coming from. Now we're going to say, hey, I live in Hawaii and my utility says I'm not allowed to export power. So we're going to go into zero net export mode. Okay, how do we do that? Well, you're going to get really good at this, but we're going to go into, we're hit enter, and then we're going to go down to advanced settings, hit advanced settings. We're going to go over here, put in our password, that 0010. We're going to scroll down to export power set, backflow power. All right, we're going to hit backflow power. Right now it's set at the rating of the inverter. This is a 10 kilowatt inverter, and normally we would never limit the inverter. But in this case, we're in Hawaii, and we're on a tariff that says we cannot export. So what we're going to do is we're going to change that backflow power to 0. All right, now we have to hit enter. It says it's done. There's also an on-off switch here. We just want to make sure that that switch is turned to the on. It is. We'll just do it again. All right, now we're going to escape back out of our menus. Now, you're going to see that we're still producing 2.3, now 1.2, now 0.8. Give it a moment, all right? These zero net export processes and all are not instantaneous. So don't be freaked out. It's like it's still producing power. It's okay. Settle down. All right, now it's down to 0 like we asked it to go. And now the array is only producing a little less than 1 kilowatt. What's that? That's the load of the house. We don't have anywhere to put that because we don't have a battery connected yet. Now clearly we can see a battery over here, but we're going to connect the battery, and now that excess power in the zero net export will be going to the battery. Why do we have a battery market in Hawaii? It's because of zero net export. We're wasting 2 kilowatts or 3 kilowatts of power right now, and that's a bad thing. All right, we did the zero net export function without a battery. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the battery in.